You get a step-by-step course on demand to show you how to get the probate data. I'll sell 10 of these in 60 minutes. They never speak to me.
How much time before they become the executor?
You'd have to figure that out. I could be wrong. Screenshots, screen records. What are you looking for at the courthouse? I'm going to show you how to get the contact information, how to load that into your CRM, how to create those ancillary services so you can set yourself apart from other agents. The rest of that conversation, because there are objections that happen. People aren't always going to be like, yes, come over today and list my house. How to have that conversation with people. And then you also get, and this is the thing that I've never done before, is you guys get office hours with me. Because most of the time when people participate in this course, we do webinars. I'll sell 10 of these in 60 minutes. If somebody chooses to participate in what we're doing with Elevate, you will get access to my office hours. So you can jump on the office hours once a week, ask me any questions you want, so I can hold your hand and help you to implement this into your business and turn this into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 listing a month thing for you. I've never put this on sale before. The brothers and sisters at EXP, you're gonna get a $250 discount. So normally $1,000, it'll be $750. What questions do you have for me about probate? Yes.
You mentioned going to the courthouse to get the filings. What's the difference between that and going on the property appraiser, or not on the clerk of court website and looking up the case?
Yeah, so you have to, again, find out if the clerk of court website provides you with access to the data that you want.
Okay.
You want those initial pleadings. What other questions, comments, concerns, observations?
In this course, do you go kind of deeper diver into like how to guide them through the rest of the
100%. Yeah, so how to guide them through from start to finish, how to have those conversations with them. Because really what they're looking for, and again, any attorneys in the room, I love you. Most of them never spend the time to actually talk to people. They work like contractors, they slap a lot of stuff on the wall and hope it sticks. So instead, nobody's actually walking them through. So if you can guide them through this process, you can let them know, hey, after this initial pleading, here's what's gonna happen. Hey, just so you know, in a homesteaded property is actually shielded from creditors. So you could proceed with putting it on the market whenever you want. A homesteaded property, at least in the state of Florida anyway, if it's passing to linear heirs and there's no fighting or disagreement, you could put on the market now. They don't know that. And the attorney didn't tell them that often. You can add value and that'll set you apart.
That's a part of this course too. You're gonna say some of that.
Oh yeah, so I walk you through the entire conversation, right from start to finish. So I gave you the opener today, but that fractures from there because it can go a couple different directions. I also share with you how to create urgency because oftentimes people don't recognize, you know what they'll say to you? I need to wait till the probate's complete. If you wait, you know what happens? An investor calls them, somebody else, and then they list with somebody else. So I walk you through specifically how to create urgency with what I call like a pre-marketing program, which was like, hey, I don't know if you're open to this, and I don't know if you're aware. My intention in sharing this with you is not to create urgency, it's just to let you know that it's an option. That it looks as though this property was a primary residence for your family member at the time of passing. Is that correct? So that means it was a homesteaded property. And then it also seems as though, based on my conversation with you, there doesn't seem to be any fighting or disagreement amongst beneficiaries. You guys are all in agreement in terms of selling. So nobody's challenging you being personal representative, correct? No. So it's not a question of if you're going to become the personal representative, it's just when. Yes. Okay, so what we can do, if you're open to it, is we can proceed, we can authorize a listing agreement. In the additional terms and conditions, it'll say that this agreement is subject to Susie Smith becoming personal representative in the blank estate. We can proceed with putting it on the market for sale. Because putting it on the market and selling it are two different things. We could put it on the market for sale. We get an offer. In this marketplace, it usually takes 45 to 60 days to get an offer, another 30, 45 days to close. And we put language in the purchase and sales agreement that this sale is subject to X County Probate Court approval. And in doing so, we save a lot of time, and time equals money. So instead of waiting for the probate to be complete, then put on the market, that's 8 or 9 months of carrying cost. Instead, we can have an offer in place, and we can close in 90 days, and therefore save your family thousands of dollars in carrying cost. Is that something you'd be open to? They're like, yeah. So it's just walking you through how to have that conversation with people.
The point where we sign the listing agreement with the executor, how much time is before they become the executor?
What market are you in?
Texas.
I could be wrong. You'd have to figure that out, but I think with a high degree of probability you can. You just have to have language in there that states that it's subject to. Subject to X County Probate Court approval, subject to John Smith being personal representative. And then you have that in place. And the reason, it was not uncommon for me when I was doing this in high volume. I'd have 10 listings waiting to come on the market. I called it winter wheat, like they're just waiting. And by the way, the reason why you want to lock it up is because somebody else will call them. Their neighbor will be like, I want to buy it.
Would your course be like state specific or like?
Yeah, so what the course does is it gives you a very clear overview of probate, right? It'll give you very clearly, specifically what to say and how to say it, which will help with conversion. Because that's a really important part. It'll also show you where to get the data and how to get it. There are some nuances, because remember how I shared with you geographically, like in terms of courthouses and data, there's differences. That's something that you will have to figure out.
You box up their stuff, ship it to them. You say you cover that cost. Do you put that on the back end?
Yeah. No, here's what's cool is we don't cover the cost, we just connect them with the vendor. So we had a lady who owned the UPS store who would meet them at the property. Because usually what happens is, like kind of order of operations, they come down to get anything that has sentimental value. And then after that, they're like, I don't care. So when they would come down, they have oh, we have to get out in a minute? Okay. So when they have sentimental value, they would come down and we would just have the person meet them there. It just saves a lot of time. It's easy to believe a convenient lie. What's the convenient lie that agents are telling themselves right now? The market sucks. What's the truth? You don't know how to price property. Back in 2021, when everything was selling over asking price, that also had nothing to do with you.